Hello and welcome back everyone to Age of the Ring 5.0. Today we're gonna have the faction of Rivendell. We're gonna go in depth and try to take a look at everything they have to offer in a very detailed approach here. Rivendell is personally my favorite faction, so this is quite exciting indeed. Quite a nice faction, lovely design, lovely units, just a wonderful faction indeed. Alright, so once again in the first part here we're going to take a look at all of the buildings, the tooltips, all the descriptions, all the little details that they put, all the text and whatnot. And then in the next part we're going to go ahead and take a look at the units, the heroes, and of course the powers once again. So here we go. So starting out we have the fortress here. Very lovely indeed, quite nice. Conservatory is called. And let's take a closer look here. It's quite nice. I mean, it's just very beautiful indeed. Take a look at this fortress. You can take a look at all the details that they put inside here. We got the little instrument here. It is playing a tune, it seems, as you can quite tell. We also have all of this just nice overall architecture, design. Nice little fortress indeed here. We got some water. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so starting out, we have the builders, of course. Just a standard builder. Standard Battle for Middle-earth builder. Nothing unique about them. They just build, right? It's not like Dol Guldur or anything. So, here we go. Builder. Trader builder. Build structures. Alright, and let's take a look at the heroes now and their descriptions here. And once again, I'm probably gonna mispronounce some things here, so keep that in mind. I'm no expert in pronunciations, so yeah, keep that in mind here. Alright, so we have first hero is gonna be Arwen. Recruit the daughter of Elrond, Arwen Undumiel. Mine is the choice of Luthien, and as she, so I have chosen both the sweet and the bitter. Alright, next hero is Gildor. Recruit the wandering LotR Gildor. Elves seldom give unguarded advice, for advice is a dangerous gift, even from the wise to the wise, and all courses may run ill. Alright, next one we have Halbarad. Recruit the captain of the Dunedain, Halbarad. This is an evil door, and my death lies beyond it. I will dare to pass it nonetheless. Alright. And next we have Aragorn, which is quite interesting for Imladris here. So, recruit Aragorn, the chieftain of the Dunedain. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king. Alright, next one we have, of course, Glorfindel. Recruit the lord of the house of the golden flower. Glorfindel was tall and straight. His hair was of shining gold, his face fair and young, and fearless and full of joy. His eyes were bright and keen, and his voice like music. On his brow sat wisdom, and in his hand was strength. And of course, lastly, my personal favorite character out of all of Middle-earth here, Elrond. Recruit the Lord of Rivendell. It is perilous to study too deeply the arts of the enemy, for good or for ill, but such fails and betrayals, alas, have happened before. Alright, that's the final hero. Nice little selection we have here. Alright, let's take a look at the fort upgrades now. I have quite a few here, quite interesting ones. First one's going to be Banners of Gil-galad. Provides additional experience with nearby troops, reduces hero cost by 10%, reduces hero recruitment time by 10%, reduces the cost of builders by 20%, Only applies to heroes recruited at the conservatory. Next we have Song and Merriment. Enables the recruitment of Rivendell revelers from the conservatory. Next we have Wardens of Imladris. Adds magic damage to the fortress and to all attached towers. And then we have Girdle of Imladris. Increases conservatory's armor and hit points. And lastly we have White Council Observatory. Requires the Girdle of Imladris upgrade. Unlocks 3 spells that can be cast from the fortress. Lightning Strike. Sodomon's magic deals damage and stuns units within its radius. Call of Belagaur. Keriden's wisdom temporarily decreases build time of elf units. Awendil, bird friend. Radagast, friendship with Gwalhir's folk. Allows the fortress to temporarily summon a giant eagle. Alright, those are the fortress upgrades. We have the Revelers or Revelers, I'm not quite sure how to really pronounce them, but we have, here they are. Requires the Song and Merriment upgrade, a party of elven revelers, limited to 5. The long history of the elves is oft related through song and music, both sad and joyous. Alright, Call of Belagaur. Requires the White Council's Observatory upgrade. The presence of Círdan and the shipwright causes elves to long for the sea in their journey to the Undying Lands. Increases production speed of elven units for a short time. And next we have Lightning Strike. Before his fall, Saruman the White employed his considerable skill at magic to the benefit of the free peoples of Middle-earth. Strikes a powerful lightning bolt against targeted enemies, left click to cast. And finally we have Awendil, bird friend. Radagast the Brown, also known as Awendil, lover of birds, maintained great friendship with Gwalhir's folk. Allows the conservator to summon a giant eagle. And this one is on a timer, so it's not permanent. And alright, there are the fortress heroes, upgrades, and powers. Now let's take a look at the fort expansions here. The first one they have is the tower expansion, defensive tower that fires at nearby enemy units. Next is the ballista expansion, long-range defensive weapon. And then we have the floodgate expansion, releases a small flood damaging nearby enemies. And of course the wall hub expansion. Alright, so here they are. Here is the tower that they have on their fort. Quite a long and slim tower. Looks quite nice. Does match very well with the fort itself. Same little tiling. Kind of pointy-ish architecture as well. Very nice indeed. Alright, and then we have the ballista expansion. Also very lovely. Also we have a little bit of a elf guarding here with his Noldoran armor. A little bit of a guardsman there. And lastly, here's that floodgate expansion. Very lovely indeed. Take a look at that. 3 horses with the fountain. Very nice. Also matches very well with the fort once again. Both having kind of water-esque approaches. Very nice little expansions. Very well made. Textured, modeled. Incredible work indeed. Alright, so let's take a look at the resource buildings next. Their first one is going to be the Rivendell Orchid. Generates resources based on available terrain. It has a bonus here, reduced cost of cav. 2 is 5% up to 6 plus for 25% reduced cost of cav. And then their second resource building is going to be the Rivendell Forge. upgrades weapons and armor, and has a steel bonus, reduced cost of upgrades. 2 forges 5%, 6 plus is 25% reduced cost of upgrades. And let's take a look at the upgrades as well. We have banner carriers, which of course increases a unit to level 2. We have Tangwar and Scribed Blades. Purchase Forged Blade upgrade, increases damage done by melee units, or melee weapons. Select the battalion to upgrade. Next we have Naldoran Armors. Purchase heavy armor upgrade, select the battalion to upgrade. And I also have Swan Feathered Arrows. Purchase Swan Feathered Arrows upgrade, increases base damage and adds magic damage to arrows. And lastly, we have Anduril, the Flame of the West. Requires level 3 Rivendell Forge and Delay of Lathian, which we will get to that in a bit. So this is quite a nice little upgrade for Aragorn. Increases his damage output by quite a lot. A very important upgrade. You do have to have a level 3 forge, so that takes a bit of time before you can actually go ahead and pick that one up, as well as the upgrade from the library, which we will get to that in a sec. Alright, moving on through, we're gonna take a look at the Breland encampment. It's Rivendell's first infantry barracks, and of course it's gonna deal with hobbits mainly. Let's take a little bit of a look here. Got a nice little design here, quite hobbity indeed. They have their kegs and stuff here. You can actually kind of make that out. South Farthing. Long something keg. Almost can actually make that out completely. Quite cool indeed. We have a little bit of an acorn box or something there. Crate. Nice little building. Alright, so we have Bounders as the first unit. Strong versus infantry, can stealth near trees. The Bounders are peacekeepers patrolling the roads, paths, and borders of the Shire, settling disputes and keeping an eye out for wicked things and foreigners alike. During the last days of the Third Age, their numbers were greatly increased by Mayor Whitfoot, who could feel trouble brewing in the wild lands beyond. Next, we have Took Archers, strong versus infantry, can stealth once again. Like all hobbits, these archers are blessed with keen eyes and steady hands, with an added dose of courage native to the Took family. Next, we have Breland Town's Guard, strong versus cavalry and heroes. Through the Dunedain, Rangers silently protected the denizens of the Breland from the darkness that sought to overtake them. The village still maintained a small, voluntary militia to take care of problems occurring from within. Next, we're gonna have a battering ram. Requires level 2, breaks down castle gates and enemy structures. A battering ram is a basic tool for siege warfare, easy to make and simple in use, straightforward, like the Men of Bree. Next, this one, I love this one. This one's so cool. Unexpected Party. Ho ho ho, to the bottle I go, to heal my heart and drown my woe. Rain may fall and wind may blow, and many miles be still to go, but under a tall tree I will lie, and let the clouds go sailing by. And it's gonna play quite a tune here, quite a familiar. The best thing about this building by far. Alright, so next we're gonna take a look at one of the Hobbit heroes, Fatty Bolger. Recruit the friendly Hobbit, Fredigar Bolger. Run, Fatty, run. Next we have Farmer Maggot. Recruit the brave Hobbit Farmer. Get out of my field. Alright, there's our two little heroes. Quite cheap, only 190 cost. We do need level 2 and level 3 though, so not entirely too cheap. Alright, so there's that building. Next we're gonna check out the Dunedain Gathering here. Let's take a little bit of a look here. A little bit of a Dunedain camp. Nice little fireplace. Got some trees. Very stealthy. Got a little bit of a lookout tower. And some tents. Nice little building. Alright, first unit is the Dunedain Rangers. Versatile unit able to be upgraded for different situations. Initially start with bows. Strong at range. These dour, silent men thanklessly guard the borders of the Shire and the Breland against those that would see it burn. Next we have the Dunedain Outriders, strong versus archers. The wilds of Eriador stretch far and wide, and cannot all be protected by men wandering on foot. Alright, and then we have the Grey Company. Strong versus all normal troops and heroes. Requires the Lay of Lathian from the library. Can stealth near trees. Only one unit of Grey Company are allowed at any time. Gathered by Halbarad, captain of the Dunedain. These grim-faced warriors rode south to aid Aragorn, their chieftain. Alright, then we have a little bit of an upgrade to this encampment here. Dunedain sentries. Stations permanent Dunedain sentries inside the tower. So they will pop up on that tower, I'm assuming there, to defend this little encampment. Alright, and then we have two heroes. We have Eladin. Requires the Sons of Elrond spellbook power, which is gonna be PowerPoint cost 10 here. The Sons of Elrond unlocks Eladin and LotR here from the Dunedain Gathering. So you would have to unlock that in order to even recruit them. So alright, Eladin. Son of Elrond and brother to LotR here, Eladin was wise like his father and a valuable companion to the Great Company and Aragorn. And of course, LotR here, son of Elrond and brother to Eladin. LotR here was a fearless warrior, fighting alongside his companions throughout the War of the Ring. Alright, there's the Dunedain Gathering. Now let's take a look at the Rivendell dormitory here. Once again, let's take a look at the building. Quite nice. Has two little statues there at the entrance. Has a guard here, keeping watch with his bow. Has some nice little trees here, and we also in the back here, we can see an elf training with his sword, doing a bit of practice. We also have a selection of elven weapons back here that they can train with. Also have some nice banners, and we kind of can see inside a little bit. There's some arrows and some quivers, as well as some pillows and stuff like that. What else can we take a look see here? Anything? Oh, there's some armor too, look at that. Some nice armor there, helmets. Oh, we can kind of go in here a bit. Secret. Where's the secrets in here? Alright. Oh, look at that. Nice armor set. helmets and quiver. Let's take a look at their units here. We have Rivendell Guardsmen, strong versus pikemen and siege, can combo horde with other Rivendell infantry. There's no elf in Rivendell that has not been trained, at one point or another, to masterfully wield a long sword. Next we have Rivendell Glavesmen, strong versus cavalry, siege, and heroes, can combo horde with other Rivendell infantry. The elegant art of fighting with a long glaive is a time-honored and battle-tested Naldoran tradition. Moving on down, we have Rivendell Archers, requires level 2. Strong versus infantry, monsters, and siege. Can combo horde with other Rivendell infantry. The Valley of Imladris is hidden largely thanks to Elrond's ring, and in part thanks to these archers making sure no encroaching enemy lives to tell of its location. Alright, then we have Knights of Rivendell, requires level 2, can switch between bow and glaive, strong versus infantry, archers, and siege. When the lands beyond the valley are in danger, these knights will ride out to vanquish any orcish warband they encounter. And lastly, we have the Veterans of the Last Alliance. This is a very cool unit indeed. Very expensive too. Look at that cost. Over 2k. But very, very powerful indeed. Requires level 3. Hero unit. Limited to 1. Strong versus all unit types. Sauron's fall came at great cost. With Gil-galad slain, many elven veterans chose to linger in Rivendell, house of their late king's herald. And as you guys can probably tell, this barracks, the Rivendell Dormitory, these units are very elite and very expensive indeed. Over 700 cost for all of these units when compared to some of these, like these hobbitses, which are only around 100 to 200, very cheap. So these are quite elite and pretty hard to produce at an early game point in time. It's more middle to late game type of units. They're very powerful indeed though. They're very powerful indeed, especially if you get their upgrades as well. Probably the strongest units in the game, with upgrades perhaps. Alright, so moving on forward, let's see, what do we have? We're gonna take a look at the library next. Rivendell Library. Take a little bit of a look around here. Nice little building. Nicely done. Great architecture there. We can see some of the books here as well. Up at the top. And of course, we don't want to miss this. Guess who this is? Indeed, Bilbo Baggins. Smoking his pipe there and chilling with an elf. Scholar there. Him and his hairy feet. Enjoying that pipe. Look at that. Look at that design. That modeling done there. Holy crap. That is fantastic. Even his clothing is very well done. Even the pipe as well. Quite nice. Let's take a look at these. We have Elvish Medicine, a compendium. Authored by Elrond himself, this book is essential material for those wishing to learn the secrets of healing. Allows Breland, Dunedain, and Hobbit units to heal when outside of combat. We have the Lay of Lathian, the classic story of love between an elf maiden and a mortal man, translated into the common tongue by Bilbo Baggins. Allows a great company to be purchased from the Dunedain Gathering and Andoril from the Rivendell Forge. Next, Reverence of Yavanna. Documentation of various rites and songs concerning the Vala Yavanna, collected and edited by the Lady Calabrian. Increases orchid production by 30%. Next we have practical application of Velenorion smithing. This exquisitive treatise on Noldoran smithing techniques was authored by Celebrimbor. Exhaustive treatise on Noldoran smithing techniques was authored by Celebrimbor. Permanently reduces cost of unit upgrades. Alright, and then we have Reflections upon the Battle of Daggerlad. A collection of writings on the Battle of Daggerlad, timelines, battle plans, and poetry, gathered by Velenorion, son of Isildur. Allows for an additional battalion of veterans of the Last Alliance to be recruited from the Dormitory. Sauron's fall came at a great cost. With Gil-galad slain, many elven veterans chose to linger in Rivendell, house of their late king's herald. And lastly, we have A Sleepless Malice, reflections on the nature of evil. A passionate appeal to watchfulness and warning against inertia in times of apparent peace, written by King Thranduil. Permanently stations Noldoran guards at structures. Right, so the library is of course pretty much Rivendell's kind of unique little uniqueness that they have. A lot of upgrades here you can get that are very good indeed. Also very expensive though, so more of a middle to late game approach here. Some of these are indeed very good though. Especially this one, another battalion of veterans of the Last Alliance. Those are incredible. It's very expensive 2k though, so definitely late game stuff there. Alrighty, almost finished up here. We have next, we're going to take a look at their battle tower. I'll take a little bit of a look here. Very tall, elegant structure. Nice and high. For their range, they can get swan feathered arrows. Upgrade this battle tower's archery with swan feathered arrows. Increase the damage done by arrows. And of course you can station archers in there as well. Alright, next we're going to take a look at the Well of Celebrian. Heals nearby allies, detects stealth, clean water bonus, reduced cost of infantry, 1 is 5% up to 5 plus for 25% reduced cost of infantry. One of the best looking wells out of all the factions, very nice. Take a look at that. Very beautiful little well there. Well designed. Alright, and of course they're gonna also have the statue of Gil-galad. It provides leadership. Allies near the statue gain 33% damage, 33% armor, earn experience 50% faster, and become immune to fear and terror. Stacks of buffs and spells. Culture bonus, reduced cost of heroes. 1 is 5% up to 5 plus for 25% cost of heroes. Quite nice. Let's take a look at Gil-galad here. Look at that. Also one of the nicer looking statues in the game. Very well designed and modeled. Take a look at that detail. The attention to detail is exquisite. Even have some armor designs there. Very nice. Alright, I believe that is pretty much it. I believe we covered everything here. Yes, we did. I don't think we missed anything. Alright, then we're gonna jump over to the next area that I have set up, and then we're gonna take a look at the units, heroes, and powers, as well as the fully upgraded fort, how it looks, and take a look at these powers and see what they do as well. Alright, I'll see you there in a sec here. Alrighty, here we are. Welcome back. We're gonna take a look here at the fully upgraded Rivendell fort here. This is with all of its fort upgrades. You can see it does have that White Council Observatory up on that top hand side of the building there. Quite nice addition to the overall fort design there. Also has a few other things like the banners and a bunch of other neat stuff to really flesh out the fort completely and make it look incredible. Alright, let's take a look at some of these powers. Call of Belagar. Let's take a look here. This is going to increase the speed of elven units. Alright, a little bit of a sound effect there. They do share a cooldown, so we'll have to head back over here at some point to really check out the last two powers here once they finish showing up. Also take a look at some of these buildings here. We also have these Noldoran guards patrolling around them now, thanks to one of the upgrades in the library. Quite powerful units. 850 health. Noldoran veterans patrolling around most of the buildings. Very cool. Even with the resource buildings, they are patrolling around and protecting them. Very strong units. Alright, now let's take a look at the Revelers. Revealers, Revelers, who knows. Alright, so they start at, well, I'm not sure if they start at 5, they might, who knows. And let's take a little bit of a closer look here at them. They're just tuning away there, having a bit of fun. Let's take a look at here. Storyteller increases experience gain of friendly units by 10%. Passively decreases the cooldown of the Hall of Fire's vivid retellings by 10%. Stay a while and listen. Passively decreases the speed and attack damage of enemy units in a wide radius by 15%. Oh goodness gracious. Ainulindel, when cast on an orchid, temporarily increases its resource production by 50%. Oh goodness gracious. Akala Beth. Okay, not bad. Revelers can target units to decrease their speed by 5% up to 25%. And buildings to decrease their armor by 5% up to 25% passive ability. Does significant damage over time to structures. Can be cast from a large distance. Left click to cast. And we can take a look at the orchid one here. Look at the nice little design there on that icon there. Nice little effect. Now it is definitely being more effective with its resource production. Alright, in this one, I don't believe we can really test that too well here. Take a look at the design of the little tool tip area there. Quite interesting. Alright, let's take a look at their voice lines now.
Stay a while and listen. Come and sit by the fire. We bring joy and laughter and songs of sadness. The shadow will be lifted. We bring joy and laughter and songs of sadness. Over there, we've got songs to sing. We don't do requests. We're going. We've got songs to sing.
Alrighty.
Over there.
There are those guys, and let's see, is the fort thing ready? It is indeed. Lightning Strike, and check that out. We actually use it on our own building. Does it actually damage it? Take a look. Nope. But just a simple Lightning Strike. deals quite some damage to units, and I believe it stuns them. Perhaps. Does do quite a bit of damage though. Nice, and now we'll wait for the eagle summon while we take a look at something else here. Alright, let's take a look at the hobbit units first.
Quit fooling about.
These guys here over in the spotlight.
This way, hobbits.
Got the bounders. Little hobbit folk here. A very basic unit. They can toggle rock throw mode. There they go. They have their little rocks out now. And they can also get banner carriers, and that's just about it. They're very basic, very squishy units. Very cheap. Can make a lot of them. And can harass the enemy units, or the enemy base with them quite well as well. Take a look at their voice lines.
They won't get through us. Gather round. We'll put things right. Everyone have a rock ready. They won't get through us. Go. Stick together. This way, hobbits. Over here. Run.
Alrighty. There they go. They all have their own little designs as well. They're very unique. Different appearances, different clothing. Quite nice. Attention to detail there. Alright, you go back over here. Next, let's take a look
Yes, from me mother's side. The road goes ever on.
at these Took archers next. Alright, so we can bombard. Every archer pretty much has that. We can also get these swan feathered arrows and banners. Very simple unit as well. Very effective though. Quite nice archer units. Take a little bit of a look. They also have their own unique designs. We have their banner carrier guy as one of the bounders here. And this guy is very different from the rest. He's wearing kind of a green outfit. Oh, there's someone that have green as well. Let's take a look at their voice lines.
What about second breakfast? Took? Yes, from me mother's side. Archers, be ready. Yeah, quite ready for adventure. I could go for some sausages and bacon. Took? Yes, from me mother's side. We're not stopping till afternoon tea time. We're going. The road goes ever on. Build of those bows. The road goes ever on.
Alrighty, some very nice voice lines, very immersive for it. Some hobbits there, I love them. So good.
Not stopping till afternoon tea time.
Fits them so well. Alright, next we're gonna take a look at these guys.
Settle down, man. Keep your eyes open for any funny business.
The Breeland Towns Guard. Alright, so these guys have Porcupine Formation. The unit forms a circle with pikes extended. Battalion cannot move, 50% armor. There's that formation. Very cool. We have the guy in the middle there with his sword. Being protected quite nicely. They can also get Tangwar inscribed blades. Armor from the barrows. This is a unique thing for them though. Requires level 3, modifier type level. Units permanently gain 33% armor. And it does change their appearance as well. They do don that armor and they become quite cool looking. Very nice armor. From what they had before. Before they were kind of like wearing raggedy clothing and whatnot. And then all of a sudden they become professionally trained infantry men here. And they can also get the banner carriers there. Dunedain Captain. Got a nice little captain there with them. He looks pretty cool. Very strong. Look at that detail on that. Very cool indeed. Alright, let's take a look at some of their voice lines now.
Those southerners, I don't trust them. Is there a problem? I could use some of old Butterbur's ale. Is there a problem? I could use some of old Butterbur's ale. Come on, move. We've got to be back by sundown. Keep your eyes open for any funny business. Steady on. Keep your eyes open for any funny business.
Alrighty, there we go. Very
Gotta be back
professional
by sundown.
voice acting there. Fits them very well.
Come on, move.
Alright, and where are you?
We'll put things right.
Come on out.
Keep your nose out of trouble.
Alright, just take a
Ram
quick
coming
little
through.
look-see here. Just a batter ram. Like, I mean, yeah, it's just a batter ram. Let's do a quick overview here. No abilities, just a standard ram. How's these guys picking up a log, carrying it around? Fairly effective though, very cheap. And pretty strong once they get into a building. Or next to one. They have 2500 HP.
Come on, we're ready. Next round is on you. Keep your nose out of trouble. Mind your business. Settle down, man. Oi, don't drop your head. Felled this one myself. We can't hold this thing all day. Come on, we're ready. Felled this one myself. This thing's bloody heavy.
Very funny guys indeed
Ram
there.
coming through.
I love it. So good. Voice acting is superb in this mod. Holy moly. So good.
Seen any of them rangers about?
It fits them so well too. Alright, let's take a look at the last fort power here. We have RIVENDELL, bird friend. The summon. You can summon it not too far away, but it has some range to it. And it's just a regular giant eagle. Has a timer. It's not permanent. He is level 10 though. So not bad. Little birdie there. Eagle. Standard little BFME eagle. Nice. Very good for a quick little defensive play. Or offensive. Good in either or. Very fast. Can reach quite far before expiring. Yeah, he does have quite a short timer too. It's not bad though. Considering he is level 10. And is a flying unit. Alright, so let's move on and take a look at the Dunedain and Gathering units.
We are the remnants of AotR. Take to cover.
Alright, let's get them out here in the spotlight. They do have Bombard. Purchase Swan Feathered Arrows. And Woodcraft. Becomes invisible when standing still. Take a closer gander here. Very detailed, once again. Like everything in the mod. Very nice. Look at the detail on that guy. Incredible. Incredible work. All unique as well. Most of them. Different armors, different colors, different facial features. Very cool. Take a look at this.
They won't find us now.
Boom. Invisible.
We will hunt down the servants of the enemy. The enemy is out there. We are the remnants of AotR. Remain vigilant. Stand ready, men. Our duty lies with the common folk. We know these paths. We'll stand guard. Do not let them see. Quietly now. Keep your eyes open. cover your tracks. Keep your eyes open.
Alrighty, there we have the Dunedain Rangers.
Do not let them see you. We will hunt down the servants of the enemy.
Alright, next we're gonna have the
This way.
Dunedain Outriders, a cav unit here. They have wedge formation, 25% damage, minus 25% armor, and minus 50 crush decelerate.
Hurry!
Look at that formation. Nice. Nice little formation they have there. Let's take a bit of a look at them. Once again, more Dunedain. Look at their little ponies. Alright, they also have
Yeah!
Woodscraft, become invisible when standing still. They can get forged blades and the banner, level 2.
We are the remnants of AotR. We will guard the innocent. The enemy is out there. Remain vigilant. The enemy is out there. We will guard the innocent. The enemy is out there. If we must. Yeah! Stay off the road. If we must. Yeah! Yeah!
Alrighty, and there's their voice lines, also very nice.
We'll stand guard.
We have come to the aid of Aragorn, son of Arathorn. We will see it done.
Alright, let's take a look at the elite unit, Grey Company. Very cool indeed here. They can have toggle weapon. There's their spears. Very, very cool. Very strong. Or bow mode, longbow. Nice. They have Grim Resolve. Nearby enemies lose 10% armor and damage and have reduced fear resistance. Each time a ranger falls, the other members of the battalion gain a small damage and armor boost for a short time. Stacks each time a ranger dies. Passive. They also have Silent Defenders, requires level 3. Aragorn, Halbarad, and the Sons of Elrond passively gain 25% damage when around the Great Company. When activated, nearby hobbits, Brelanders, and hobbit heroes recruited from the encampment gain 25% armor, while Dunedain units gain 25% damage for a short time.
Haure haun Tulova!
There's their little effect. Very cool. They also have Skilled Hunters. Requires level 5. For 30 seconds, a target, unit, or hero is marked by the Grey Company. The target shares vision with the player, loses speed, and takes 50% more damage from Grey Company and Dunedain attack. Can't really show that off. Nothing to really cast that on, unfortunately. But it also is very cool. Alright, let's take a look at them a little bit closer. Very, very nice armor. Very elite set of armor for them. Indeed, they're very powerful, so they definitely deserve it. A very elite squadron.
We will aid you. Gold that is gold does not glitter. The crownless again shall be king. Gold that is gold does not glitter. The crownless again shall be king. Deep roots are not touched by the frost. We cannot linger here. The Grey Company sets out. The road lies open. Into the wild. We cannot linger here. The road lies open.
Alright, very professional voice
Stay off the
lines
road.
there for them. Fits them very nice as well. And I believe that is all for that encampment there. Next we're going to move on to the Rivendell stuff here. Guardsmen.
We will not leave Middle-earth
In
to its
Ladris
fate.
must be
We
preserved.
fight to protect the last homely house. Our presence is requested.
Alright, these are quite cool looking indeed. Take a look at them. That Noldoran armor, so amazing. Personally love that armor design. Looks fantastic. I love their swords as well. Very elegant craftsmanship there. Elegant all around. Their armor's elegant, their weapons. Very cool. Also have the banner there. Kind of see it a little bit. Alright, so they have a song of Fenwe. The seasoned warriors sing a song of past victories. Rivendell guards temporarily gain plus 33% damage. Alright, there's that effect. Very cool. They can get forged blades, they can get LotR armor, and Meravoa. Elven units regain health while outside of combat. Passive, requires level 2. Very cool.
Imladris must be preserved. May the grace of the Valar protect you. We fight to protect the last homely house. We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate. You do not stand alone. May the grace of the Valar protect you. We must take the fight to them. Eldarin, move out! We know the way. Let us go. Eldarin, move out!
Very nice selection of quotes there for
Our
them.
presence is requested.
Very nice, and it fits them very well.
Eldarin, move out!
Alright,
You do not stand alone.
take a look at these.
Our presence is requested. We still have a part to play.
Rivendell Glavesmen. We have Shield Wall Formation. This unit forms a spear wall. Units lose 40% speed, gain resistance to knockback, decelerates, crush, and gain 33% armor to all and a bonus 60% armor against cav.
Shields!
Very cool looking formation. Take a look at that. Very defensive. Very disciplined. Very professional. Look at that guy. Standing tall. And proud. Very cool. We also have that same ability. I'm not gonna do it again because YouTube gets a bit picky. With the song that's gonna be playing, it's probably gonna be taken out, unfortunately. Even if you play like a 5-second clip, YouTube's like, oh, copyrights, whatever. Alright, so they can get forged blades, they can get LotR armor, and Merava, same type of stuff. Alright.
Get information! We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate. The power of the elves is with you. We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate. We have not forgotten. Imladris must be preserved. We know the way. Let us go. Close ranks! We must take the fight to them. Eldarin, move out! Our presence is requested. Eldarin, move out!
Very
Get
cool there.
information!
Alright, next up are the archers.
We still have a part to play.
Actually, I'll keep these guys here.
We know the way. We will not leave Middle-earth to its
We'll
fate.
showcase something else here in a sec.
We must take the
Once we
fight
go
to them.
over these archers. They have Bombard, they also have that same ability. All of them do. Very nice. They have Swan Feathered Arrows, they have LotR armor, and Meravois. Take a little bit of a closer look.
You do not stand alone.
Nice bow and quivers there. Same armor set.
We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate. Imladris must be preserved. We still have a part to play.
I believe they all have the
Our presence is requested.
similar
Come,
voice
my
lines as well.
Our presence is requested.
Alright, and then we're gonna combine with these. Oh, look at that, they level as well. And they get in a nice little formation.
We have not forgotten.
Very strong. Spears and archers. Good against like cav and what have you. And they become, I believe, stronger as well. Of course, they have more units. Very cool.
We still have a part to play.
Make them quite a big force too. Look at all of them. That's a lot of them. It's like a whole battalion.
We know the way. Let us go.
It's like a whole army.
Lazarus must be preserved.
Alright, and then next, of course,
Be watchful for the enemy.
one of the strongest units in the game, I believe. Very, very strong. Very cool too. I love them. They're so good. Alright, let's get a better spot.
Have your weapons ready, elves.
Take a look at them. Their golden armor there. We have alternate weapons.
Swords up.
They can have their swords, of course, or their
Ready
bows.
your bows.
They have veterans of many wars. The veterans have fought many battles and witnessed great triumphs and tragic defeats and are learned in the art of war. Nearby allied troops gain plus 25% experience gain. They have Siege of Eregion. The veterans were there during Sauron's attack on the Noldoran realm of Eregion. Eregion? I don't know. The battalion is temporarily immune to knockback, trample, and fear. Modifier type weapon. Only one ability may be active at a time. Eregion, right? Eregion? Maybe. Take a look at this ability. Alrighty, quite nice. Look at the effects there. Very cool. Next, we have War of the Last Alliance. Requires level 3. The veterans were there during the Battle of Dagorlad and the final Siege of Barad-dûr. Nearby Dunedain and Brelanders temporarily gain 33% armor for a short time, while nearby Elven units gain 33% damage for a short time. Let's take a listen here. Alright. There's that. We also have Fall of Angmar, requires level 5. The veterans fought alongside Glorfindel in the decisive battle against the Lord of Angmar. Melee attacks temporarily deal area of effect damage and additional damage versus structures. Ranged attack speed is increased. And we can take a look at that one as well. Very fancy. Look at that effect. Very cool. And they look so cool from afar too. Very fearsome. Very nice. Look at the reflections too in the water. That's pretty cool. Sweet. There they are. They can get to a max level of 10. Very cool. Let me see this ability again. Okay. Doesn't have anything too special. Just a little sound effect. Alright, there we have them. I believe that covers...
Be quick.
Oh, we forgot about these, I believe.
We have not forgotten.
Yes, we have not forgotten.
Move
We have
out.
not forgotten about you. Rivendell Lancers.
We know the way.
They can alternate weapons. Bow and glaive. They also have that song. Forged blades, Noldoran armor, and the level 2 health regen. A little bit of a cav unit here. Pretty cool that you can switch their weapons. Very nice and great.
Imladris must be preserved. You do not stand alone. Our presence is requested. We still have a part to play.
Alrighty, I believe that covers all of the basic units. We did get all of them right, I believe so. that's all of the basic units. Now onto the heroes. Starting out with these guys.
It's almost tea time.
It's almost tea time.
I know these parts.
Fatty Bulgur. Let's get him in the spotlight.
Us Bulgars are known for being swift on our feet.
There he is. Little hobbit. He has a little horn. You can look at him a bit closer. Alright, he has Run Fatty Run. Modifier type buff. Fatty Bulgur temporarily gains 30% speed.
Run, Fatty! Run!
Run!
I'm your hobbit. Will do. Us Bulgars are known for being swift on our feet.
Very fast.
I know these parts. I think.
He also has Fear, Fire, Foes. Requires level 2. The Horn Call of Buckland is sounded, decreasing recruit times of all Hobbit units.
Fear, fire, foes, awake!
Cool. Pretty nice indeed. He also has... He is in rock throw mode. He cannot melee, which is a special thing about him.
We've got to stick together. Us hobbits are a most hardy folk. We've got to look out for one another. What's out there?
Look at that reflection. So good.
You got anything to eat? It's almost tea time. Us Bulgars are known for being swift on our feet. That looks dangerous.
Top tier voice acting as well there. So good.
I know these parts.
Hey, hands off my crop.
Alright, take a look at Farmer Maggot here. Next. He has Maggot's Hounds, Grip, Fang, and Wolf passively guard Farmer Maggot passive ability. Look at them. There's his little pets. His little guard dogs. They do damage, they do attack, they do defend. Very cool. He also has Bam Furlong. Requires level 2, summons Farmer Maggot's farm for a short time, generates a large amount of resources. It's pretty big. Let's summon it over here.
Fresh mushrooms, locally grown.
Oh, take a look at that. Generates a large amount of resources. Seems like it's generating 100 per tick. Yes, 100. Kind of see it there. Once it pops up, there it is. Plus 100. It lasts a little while. It's not bad. Get some extra resources. Take a look at him here.
There's talk of strange folk crossing the Shire. Hey, hands off my crop. Stay alert, lads. I wonder what's for dinner tonight. There's talk of strange folk crossing the Shire. It'll soon be time for the harvest. I'll be back home by sundown. Ah, another day in the fields. No time for lollygagging. There's strangers afoot. I'll be back home by sundown. Ah, another day in the fields.
Alrighty. Pretty cool hero.
No time for
Unique
lollygagging.
little hero. Not bad. His guard dogs are pretty nice. Pretty effective. Get some more resources too. Not too shabby at all. Alright, moving on. We're gonna take a look at Arwen.
I have made my choice.
Alright, now the special thing about Arwen is that she does not actually have an attack. She is purely a support unit. No attack whatsoever. If you have her in your army and you A move, she will just run into the enemy forces and most likely will die. Gotta be careful about that. She does not stop. She goes right into the enemy and yeah, So you have to be careful, you have to micro her and support your units. She has very nice abilities, and the way you upgrade her, she starts at like level... She starts at a low level, and you can upgrade her level by paying resources. I believe you can do it 3 times, and each time you do it, it gets more expensive to upgrade. And you can get 3 abilities doing that. Very good abilities, by the way. Right, so we have here... Oh, it says right here. Nice. Rank 1. Allied heroes near R1 gain 33% armor. That's what she starts with. And then you can rank her up. Allied heroes near R1 gain 33% experience gain. Rank 6. Allied heroes near R1 gain 66% armor. Rank 10. The radius of R1's leadership is greatly increased. Also passively grants R1 a high percentage of ranged damage avoidance and increased armor per level. Stacks of buffs and spells passive. Nice little defense there. Since she has no attack, makes sense. Her support abilities are Image of Luthien, requires level 3. Targeted units and heroes temporarily become invisible and receive 25% movement speed. Let's take a look here. Look at the little design here. Boom. Cast a little misty type of thing there. Keeps them invisible. Next we have Blessing of Tenuviel. Tenuviel. Requires level 6. Enemy units within the radius are stunned. Very effective. Take a look at that little interface.
Go to sleep.
Nice effect, nice voice line for it as well. And lastly, Power of the Even Star. Requires level 10. Allied units within the radius temporarily gain fear immunity and get healed when they deal damage. It does not affect heroes, Great Company, or veterans of the Last Alliance. Enemy units within the radius lose all leadership.
The light of the even star does not wax away.
Alright, so let's take a look at her voice lines.
Rivendell, Naiona. Manathach igonithach ormenuyal archenet. Oman pity. The crownless again shall be king. Rivendell, Naiona. Oman pity. Han mabathon rohanalindi. I offered only here. Han mabathon rohanalindi. Ethelitha. Han mabathon rohanalindi. Ethelitha.
Alrighty. A lot of elven quotes, which is very nice. Very cool little hero. I kind of like that. Just a full support hero for your units. Very cool.
Some things are certain.
Next, we're gonna take a look
My sword is pledged to Imladris.
at Guldur and Glorion here. A very cool hero. Alright, his first ability is Companion, Leadership. Hobbits near Guldur gain 33% damage and 33% armor. Next ability is the Wandering Companies, requires level 3. Guldur summons a single group of Noldar exiles to his side. And at level 8, he summons 3 groups of Noldar exiles to his side. Very, very cool ability.
Come, my companions! Elves of Mithlund, protect these lands.
Alright, summons 3 Noldar exiles. They're very, very good units.
Stay on guard.
Pretty strong, very defensive, and could come in quite a pinch if you ever need to defend yourself very quickly.
Weapons.
They also have a very good ability as well, which is called a Song to El Baraf. Friendly units temporarily become immune to fear. Such a great sound there. Love it. Just want to always click it no matter what. So good.
Stay on guard.
And there's the exiles there.
You are not alone. Stay close to me. My people are leaving these shores.
They also are on a timer, of course.
My sword is pledged to Imladris. My people are leaving these shores. Hope is not lost.
Alright.
All folk, great or small, have their part to play.
We also have Light of Telperion. Across level 5, Guldur reveals his blessed lantern, causing enemy units to flee in terror.
The light of Telperion compels thee.
Nice ability there for some... And again, certain circumstances can be extremely good. If you want to escape or retreat, you can just use that. Or if you want to just disrupt them and go on the advantage. Very good ability. He has two very good... All of his abilities are very good, actually. Very strong hero. One of my favorites. Playing wise. He's very useful. Very strong.
I will help you in whatever way I can. I will meet you there. The shadow is out there. Stay close to me. I know these paths. Stay close to me. All folk, great or small, have their part to play. We cannot delay.
Alright, moving on to the next hero. This is gonna be...
We will never stop fighting. Keep moving.
Halbarad Dunedain. He can toggle weapon. Also has a spear. He has unerring loyalty. Spell. Aragorn gains experience 15% faster when near Halbarad. Stacks with leadership buffs and spells. Passive. He has Perseverance. Across level 3. Nearby Dunedain gain plus 30% armor and plus 50% resistance to knockback for a short time.
Conquer your fear, your hunger, your weakness.
He also has Muster the Dunedain. Spell. Targeted Dunedain gathering temporarily gains plus 75% unit production speed. Stacks with leadership and spells. And lastly, he has the Banner of Arwen, requires level 10. Halbarad unfurls the banner wrought by Arwen. For 10 seconds, allied units and heroes in a large radius gain 50% damage and 20% experience, or 200% experience. Enemy units and heroes lose minus 33% damage and minus 50% experience gain, and have reduced fear resistance. For the remaining duration, allied units and heroes in a large radius gain 200% experience, enemy troops and heroes have reduced fear resistance, and minus 50% experience gain. The banner is on the field for 60 seconds. The banner can be destroyed by the enemy in this time. Well, let's place it down.
Look upon this banner and be hopeful. Aragorn needs us.
Very cool. Take a look at that banner. Very high quality. Very detailed. Pretty cool. Just the detail on that banner. It's incredible. Cool ability too. Very unique little ability.
I am yours to command.
You can also take a look at his other ability here. Target that Dunedain outpost. There we have it.
We will never stop fighting. Come. Ask it of me, and it shall be done. Do not fear. We will never stop fighting.
We protect the townsfolk of Eriador.
This way. Peril lies ahead. Quietly. There will be time for resting later. Aragorn needs us.
Very cool indeed.
Follow me.
Alright, next up is going to be Aragorn. He called it.
Answers to Sauron alone.
Let's get Aragorn up here. Another very strong hero, of course. Obvious, that's Aragorn. Take a look at Aragorn. Look at that detail on him. That is just crazy good. This looks straight from the movies. I mean, look at that. That is as high as quality as you're gonna get in BFME. Nothing is gonna beat that quality wise. It's incredible how well they did. Every little detail, even that, everything. The armor, the cape, the sword. Take a look at the sword. Even the writing. It's just crazy. Very cool. Alright.
The Northern Kingdom was destroyed long ago.
He can switch to bow mode. Gives him some ranged. He also has King's Foil. Heals nearby friendly heroes. Standard. Cool. We have Master Tracker. Level 3, Aragorn and nearby allies gain 15% speed. When using his bow, Aragorn temporarily gains 150% vision range and 25% range. It's a passive. Also, a fire shall be woken. Level 6, Aragorn temporarily gains 75% damage, 25% armor, and wields a torch. While the ability is active, nearby heroes gain 15% armor. Can only use with sword equipped. Wow, he even becomes like even better looking with that effect on. Holy crap. That detail. It's crazy. Just like almost looks like it's straight from the movie. That modeling. And lastly, Isildur's Heir. Requires level 9 and Andoril upgrade. A nearby Dunedain gain 33% attack damage and become immune to fear. Passive. When activated, all nearby units gain 33% damage, 50% armor, and become immune to fear. Alrighty. Quite nice. Nice ability set. Very strong. Let's take a look at some of his voice lines now.
If Sauron had the ring, we would know it.
There are few of us left. There are few of us left. I do not know what strength is in my blood.
If Sauron had the ring, we would know it.
I do not know what strength is in my blood.
I am Isildur's heir.
If Sauron had the ring, we would know it.
Uafelithan.
Go for.
These are strange tracks. We must wait for cover of darkness. It's a long way. Indeed. I'm going to have a look round.
That is our road.
Very high quality Aragorn quotes there.
Indeed.
Indeed. Alright. Next up, we're gonna have... who do we have next? Let's take a look at Eladin.
Do not lose hope. We go!
Alright, his first ability is Gwenin. Leadership. When near his brother, Eladin gains 100% damage and 100% armor, stacks with buffs and spells. If Elrohir dies while Eladin is on the battlefield, Eladin gains a temporary 200% damage increase but also loses minus 150% of his armor. Pretty interesting. Also, representatives of elves and men. Leadership grants 50% experience gain and 25% armor to nearby Brelanders, Dunedain, and elves. At level 5, reduces recharge time for nearby heroes. Abilities by 25% and increases auto heal of nearby heroes by 25%. Does not affect his brother. Stacks of buffs and spells. Passive. We also have Hatred of Orcs. Eladin deals 33% extra damage to all orcs. Passive ability. When activated, nearby orcs lose minus 25% speed. Also, Bright Blade. Requires rank 3. Eladin knocks down and pins target hero. Normal units are knocked down and damaged. Alright, can't really test that out, unfortunately. It does have a little bit of a cool effect. And let's take a look at his voice lines.
The hour of doom will soon be upon us. I do not fear the enemy. My brother and I stand ready. I do not fear the enemy. Every day, Sauron's defeat draws closer. I know where to go. Go forth! We're moving out. The time has come. I know where to go. Go forth! Here we go!
Alrighty, pretty cool.
I will come to your aid.
Take a look at his brother next.
The shadow has not yet fallen over me.
LotR. Also the same first ability. Same exact stuff, I believe. 100, 100, 200, 150.
I have sworn to protect this land.
Yep. Same stuff, I believe.
Do not despair.
Also has representatives of elves and men, once again. Same as his brother. He has Hatred of Orcs. And this one's new. Swift Strikes. LotR gains 33% attack speed but loses minus 33% armor.
Come! Meet my blades! We must be watchful. Do not despair. The shadow has not yet fallen over me. There is still time. We must be watchful. This land holds no secrets to me. Follow me. Come, brother. This land holds no secrets to me. Come, brother. The journey commences. This land holds no secrets to me.
Alrighty, very, very cool.
Come, brother.
Alright, next up is gonna be Glorfindel.
Something is afoul. Let us go.
A very strong hero, very cool. Nice abilities as well. Alright, there's Glorfindel. Take a look at that armor set. What an armor set indeed. What a armor set. Very strong looking, very defensive, very elegant. He looks very serious as well there. Into that action. He has a mount, Asveloth. Take a look at that. Mount him up. And he changes armor, puts on his helmet, I mean. Very cool. Very defensive. His horse is even defended as well. Has its own armor set there. Protection. Alright, let's get him back on foot. He has Revealed and Wrath. Requires level 3. Glorfindel temporarily gains 100% damage. And it's a spell. Glorfindel causes fear to nearby enemies and Nazgul. Oh, look at that. Look at that effect. lights him up. Looks incredible. He also has Light of Amon. Level 7. Targeted units gain experience. We can take a look at that as well, because why not?
Quiet. Follow me.
There they go, all
Let me show
getting
you.
very nice experience.
Be swift.
And lastly, he has Slayer of Demons, level 10. Blast back units in a wide radius surrounding Glorfindel. Glorfindel's melee attacks pin enemy heroes for a short time. Oh yeah, take a look at that effect. Very, very strong, very cool ability there. Need level 10, but it is quite impressive indeed.
The shadow must be stopped. Evil has spread across these lands. I know these parts. We must gather our strength. The northern lands are under siege. We must gather our strength. Be swift. With haste. Ride. We must be off. Fly. Follow me. Let us go. Fly.
Alrighty, there's Glorfindel.
Ride.
And lastly, let's take a look at
The eye is fixed on Rivendell.
Elrond. My personal favorite character out of everything in Middle-earth. I just love Elrond so much. Such a great character. Alright, he has Lord of Rivendell, leadership. Allies near Elrond earn XP 150% faster. He has a skill of the elves, level 3. Elrond's attacks temporarily deal splash and knockback damage.
Should have stayed dead.
Very nice effect there. Also, Herald of Gil-galad, level 6. Elrond equips his heavy armor. Spell, Elrond gains 50% armor and 50% resistance to knockback. This one's very cool because he actually equips his heavy armor set. He does not look like this originally. He does change his armor once he reaches level 6, which is very cool. He's not playing around when he equips his heavy armor, that's for sure. The last, Homely House. Level 7, heals nearby allies and fully refreshes their special ability timers.
May the blessings of elves, and men, and all free folk go with you.
Very large radius. Nice quote as well there from that. And finally, Ring of Air, level 10 buff. Creates a circular sanctuary in which all allied units gain 150% armor, become stealth, and become immune to fear and terror while in the area. Modifier type active debuff. Nearby enemy units suffer minus 25% damage and minus 20% armor. Nullifies enemy leadership. Does not stack with other debuffs. And it also has a very large radius. And there we have it. Take a listen now.
Our people are in danger. The eye is fixed on Rivendell. We must act now. Rivendell must not fall. We must stand as one. We must act now. Our people are in danger. This way, elves. We must not delay. Take this area. This way, elves. Advance! Onward! Advance! Reclaim these lands. Come! Take this area.
Very cool hero. He is very powerful as well. I love using him in battle. Such a great hero overall. This looks very cool as well, that armor set. Fantastic looking. Alrighty, that's gonna finish up the hero showcase. I believe we got everyone. We did Guldur, Aragorn, Halbarad, Glorfindel, Elrond, Elrohir, Arwen, Eladin. Oh, right. One last one. Can't forget about the ring hero. Alright, Fatty Bulgar we did. Farmer, yes. Frodo.
The ring, it's so heavy.
Is the ring hero. Or Rivendell, can't forget about him. Almost forgot, good old Frodo there. There he is. Also very well modeled, textured there. Alright, he has rock throw. You can switch between a rock and using Sting. He has File of Galadriel, causes enemy units to flee.
Where there is light, there is yet hope.
He has the One Ring, becomes invisible, but beware the Eye of Sauron. There he is, invisible. Also, the Fate of Middle-earth, leadership, nearby allies in a large radius gain 50% damage, 50% armor, earn XP twice as fast, reduces recharge time for unit and heroes, and abilities by 25%. And lastly, Samwise the Brave, summons Frodo's faithful gardener to his side.
Don't you lose him, Samwise Gamgee. I don't mean to.
And there he is, they're hiding.
Hurry!
Get out of there.
Hurry. They may sing of this day. Right with you, sir.
Alright, and here's Samwise. He is not on a timer, he's permanent. Which is pretty cool. Looks like the Eye of Sauron detected Frodo there. He also has rock mode, or sword mode. He has Elven Cloak, becomes invisible when standing still.
Our Elven Cloaks will hide us.
He has, that's from my old Gaffer, buff. Sam temporarily gains 100% damage, 100% armor.
And that's for my old Gaffer!
Don't you lose him, leadership. Frodo gains 100% armor. And lastly, Rabbit Stew. Summons a pot of stew that heals nearby units and detects stealth. There's stew. That's a huge stew there.
I must keep it safe.
Massive amount of food.
Come on!
Alright, take a bite, Frodo.
I won't let you down. There is still hope. Let us hurry.
Pretty cool indeed there.
Keep moving.
There they are, gonna have a bit of a bite to eat while they rest up. Alright, that's gonna cover the heroes. Gonna leave them to eat, and then we're gonna check out the powers now. Let's read them all. Starting up here, we have Wisdom of the Eldar. Reveals Shroud in targeted area. Modifier type buff. Gives a temporary 15% speed bonus to units at its target area. Always stacks. Next, Tolodinangalad partially heals units and replaces one dead man per battalion. Tangadohald. Buff, targeted allies gain 50% damage and 50% armor. Stacks with leadership and spells. Alright, that's level 5s. Level 10s here. Remnant of the Old Kingdom. Summons a ruined Arnorian outpost. Buff. All allied units gain 50% damage, 50% armor, and become immune to fear and terror. Next up, Mini Meetings. Randomly summons 3 battalions from across Middle-earth. Next, the Sons of Elrond. Unlocks Eladin and Elrohir from the Dunedain Gathering. Breath of Manwa. Manwa. Yeah. pronunciation so hard. Summons a destructive tornado onto the battlefield. That's the level 10s. Level 15s, the Grey Pilgrim. Summons Gandalf the Grey to your aid. Blessing of Ulmo. Temporarily covers the map in rain, cancels freezing rain, white winter, or darkness. All friendly units gain immunity to fear and terror, and are slowly healed. Orchids generate 30% more resources and gain 25% armor. Benefits all Rivendell allies. Next up, Hall of Flame. Summons the Hall of Flame. Leadership. Allies near the Hall of Fire heal and gain 33% armor, earn XP 50% faster, and become immune to fear and terror. Nearby revelers' power recharge timers are decreased, stacks with buffs and spells. The Hall of Fire may call forth vivid images of the past that inspire fear and deal damage to enemy units. Alright, that's the level 15s. On to the level 25s. Come, Merry Dol. Summons Tom Bombadil. And lastly, Wrath of the Brunian. Summons a powerful flood to crush enemy units. Extinguishes fires. Alright, so now let's take a look at all of these powers. Starting with Wisdom of the Eldar. Alright, that gives them a bit of a movement speed. Next up, Tolo de Nangalad. Heal. And we have Tangado Hide. The buff. Tangada Hide. Alright, up next, Remnant of the Old Kingdom. Velenorion Outpost. Perfect for them. Gives them damage, armor, and immune to fear and terror. Next, mini meetings. Just summons 3 random battalions. Pretty cool here. Let's check them out.
Strangers from lands, friends.
Let's see what it's summoned here.
Remain wary, elves.
Mirkwood Archers.
The White Hand moves against us.
West Folders.
Bows!
And some more Mirkwood Archers. Take a look at these guys. Alright, this AI keeps casting this. I'm gonna cancel this with Blessing of Ulmo. Alright, give us some light.
It's more to life than horseplay.
Take a look at these West Folders. Quite cool.
Wildmen have been troublesome of late. Something evil stirs across the horizon. It's more to life than horseplay. March! Hi, I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
March! Keep up now. Move out. March!
In line, archers! This way, archers! Move your position! This way, archers! Move your position! Move!
These look very cool. Look at them. Look at the designs. Very cool. Mirkwood Archers there.
Remain wary, elves.
Alright. Then we have the Sons of Elrond, which is a passive. Already checked them out. We have the Tornado. He summons a little tornado. Let's use the tornado on his builder. And perfect. There we go. That's the tornado. That's how you use that. In a meme way. Okay. The Grey Pilgrim summons Gandalf the Grey. Let's check him out.
I'm Gandalf. Gandalf means...
We must act quickly! This way! Make haste!
Take a look at Gandalf the Grey. Very cool.
Ready your weapons! Hearken to me!
Gotta use his abilities though. Let's see. Gandalf's cart summons Gandalf's traveling cart, heals nearby allies. Rip cart. He has let's risk a little more light. Nearby archers gain 20% range, 15% damage. Also, Disturber of the Peace. Gandalf shoots off a peculiar firework at the target. Selected target. Use it on the fort. Ooh, take that. The foe hammer, lightning. Okay, let's use his ultimate real quick. You shall not pass. Of course, you know what this is. Boom. And let's do the lightning real quick as well before he times out. Yep, there we go. And that's Gandalf the Grey.
I shall keep them at bay.
There he goes, on off to do whatever Gandalf does. Alright, next Hall of Fire. Alright, this one we have to kind of take a look at real carefully. It has a lot of lore. It summons this nice little building here. Hall of Fire. Very little peaceful area, cozy. Alright, so in this thing you can summon 4 different units. The last High King summons a vivid retelling of the fall of Gil-galad. Gil-galad was an elven king, of him the harpers sadly sing, the last whose realm was fair and free, between the mountains and the sea. His sword was long, his lance was keen, his shining helm afar was seen. The countless stars of heaven's field were mirrored in his silver shield. But long ago he rode away, and where he dwelleth, none can say, for into darkness fell his star, in Mordor where the shadows are. We can summon him.
Evil is upon us.
Gil-galad. Retelling terrifies nearby enemy units and deals fire damage to enemies near them. Boom, take that build up. What you get. He is on a timer, of course. Pretty cool though. Next up, the Son of Doom summons a vivid retelling of the fate of Turin Tedembar. The tale of Turin Tedembar is one of heroism, sorrow, and tragedy. Tragedy. Man, I can't even read anymore. Turin did great service to both Doriath and Nargothrond, and is famed for slaying Glorung, father of dragons. But the curse of Morgoth was on him, and evil followed him always. In the forest of Brethil, he came upon his own sister, but through the spells of Glorung, they did not know each other and wed. After Nienor discovered the truth, she threw herself to her death, and in despair, Turin fell upon his own sword. Sad tale. Alright.
We must stand against
Turin Tedembar also terrifies nearby enemy units and deals fire damage. Also on a timer, different guy though. Different model, of course. No quotes. Very cool though. Next up, the Challenger of Morgoth summons a vivid retelling of Fingolfin's challenge. After Morgoth laid waste to the elves of Beleriand during the Dagor Brakalach, Fingolfin rode to the gates of Angband and challenged the Dark Lord to single combat. Morgoth tried to smite him down, but the High King dodged his blows and wounded him 7 times before fatigue caused him to stumble. Morgoth killed him, but not before Fingolfin cut through his heel, resulting in a scar that Morgoth would always bear. There's Fingolfin. Also, nice model, different model sets. Take a little bit of a closer look. Very cool. Alright, and lastly, the Smith of Eredin summons vivid retelling of Celebrimbor's death. Celebrimbor, the great elven smith, forged many artifacts of beauty and power. When Sauron arrived in Eredin, disguised as AotR the Fair, he taught Celebrimbor to make magic rings of power, which resulted in Celebrimbor creating the 3 elven rings. Then Sauron went away to Orodruin, where he crafted the one ring to rule over the others. Celebrimbor, realizing this betrayal, sent the 3 away for safekeeping and waged war against Sauron, ultimately losing his life.
Evil is upon us.
Celebrimbor. There he is. Stop it. Stop shooting him. Look at him. Very cool. Look at that design, man. Incredible. Very cool. Alright, that wraps up the Hall of Fire. Very cool ability. Very very in-depth and full of content. Lots of lore. Lots of different choices. Very cool. Alright, so I believe that was pretty much all the 15s. Also this one again, Blessing of Ulmo. Covers the map in rain, cancels freezing rain, white winter, or darkness. Units gain immunity to fear and terror and are slowly healed. Orchids generate 30% more resources and gain 25% armor. There we go. Nice little rain relaxing. Relaxing rain. Right, so that's all the 15s. Now the 25s. Bombadillo. Come, Meridol. Bum ba dum bum bum. Bombadillo. Sonic Song. Use it on the fort. Bombadillo. Incorruptible. Nothing may harm the Master of Wood, Water, and Hill. Bombadil temporarily becomes immune to damage and is resistant to knockback. And Sonic Song, a powerful attack that blasts back nearby enemies. Incorruptible. There we go, immune to damage. Old Man Willow. Summons Old Man Willow. Enemy units around him are put to sleep. Alright. Ancient Song. Old Man Willow whispers an old and enchanting song. Enemy units around him are put to sleep.
And his boots are yellow.
And his boots are yellow. Bombadillo.
We must stand against them.
Bum 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 bum. Alright, he must die now. The end is near.
One ring on
Wow, he's actually doing quite a lot of damage to the fort himself.
There is yet time.
Alright, calm down, Glorfindel. Lastly, Wrath of the Bruinen. Bruinen summons a powerful flood to crush enemy units. Here we go, let's flood him. Yeah, take that builder. Ooh, take it. And let's end him.
The enemy is upon us.
Ready yourselves!
You must be ready.
Victory! Alright, that's gonna wrap up this spotlight. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Quite a lengthy one there. I believe everything was covered. I did miss one thing now that I think about it. but it's okay. It's the N unit. It is just a dwarven unit. Nothing too crazy. But alas, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more. Check out my Twitch in the description below if you want to see me play the Age of the Ring at some points. I do occasionally play it there. And if you want to install a mod, it's also going to be down in the description, directions, how to install it, how to make it work. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.